We're now sticking with our strategy. In essence, we're going to keep going. We will continue to offer testing. We'll continue to urge everyone to be sensible, to be responsible, wash your hands, use ventilation, consider wearing a face covering in crowded places with people that you don't know. Stay at home if you feel unwell. Download and use the app. And we're investing massively in our NHS to meet the pressures of COVID with an additional 5.4 billion in England over the next 6 months. And that's on top of almost 36 billion over the next 3 years to help our NHS recover and fix the long-standing problems of social care as well, as I was saying last week. And we're helping to vaccinate the world with 100 million doses for developing countries by next June. And I think this country should be proud, continue to be very proud, that the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine remains the workhorse of global immunisation. And we will keep further measures in reserve. Plan B. We do not see the need now to proceed, for instance, with mandatory certification, but will continue to work with the many businesses that are getting ready such a scheme. Indeed, over 200 events have already used COVID certification voluntarily. And it's just not sensible to rule out completely this kind of option now, when we must face the fact that it might still make the difference between keeping businesses open at full capacity or not. We will also keep open the option of mandating face coverings as they have elsewhere, or advising people again to work from home, reflecting the fact that when you've got a large proportion of the country, as we have now, with immunity, then smaller changes can make a bigger difference and give us the confidence that we don't need to go back to the lockdowns of the past. And of course, we'll continue to update our advice to you based on the latest data. But in the meantime, we are confident in the vaccines that have made such a difference to our lives. And we're now intensifying that effort, offering jabs to 12 to 15-year-olds on the advice of the chief medical officers who've given that advice based on the health, well-being and educational prospects of the children themselves. And for over 50s and the under 50s who are at risk or more at risk, we're now motoring ahead with the booster programme, a third dose 6 months after your second dose. And so that's going to mean we're going to be building even higher walls of immunisation, of vaccine protection in this country. And the UK government has procured at scale jabs for every part of the UK, and we'll be sending doses to the devolved administrations in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. COVID is still out there. The disease, sadly, still remains a risk. But I'm confident that we can keep going with our plan to turn jabs into jobs, and protect the gains that we've made together.